Crazy photos you won't see anywhere else. Let's start with a crazy photo. This is what Kilimanjaro looks like from space.
Tilda Swinton, 1986. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Who here remembers this from the Home Alone movies, and who owned one? Women in matching dotted dresses with lace-trimmed sleeves, circa 1875. School pizza was the best pizza, 1970s. Sophia Loren at the Cannes Film Festival, April 26th to May 10th, 1955. Susan Kare, famous Apple artist who designed many of the fonts, icons, and images for Apple, Next, Microsoft, and IBM, 1980s. Joan Bradshaw, photo by Earl Leaf, walking down Hollywood and Vine, 1957. Joanna Kurz, 1988. We all remember the famous Pamela Anderson as a blonde, but few people know that this is not her natural hair color. Here she is at home in Canada in 1985 with her natural hair color. Barbara Stanwyck, publicity still for ladies they talk about, 1933. Felicity Jones as Jyn Erso in Road One. Fantastic setup. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen Saturn through a telescope? If not, let's take a look. We take the telescope, start zooming in, and see this beautiful Saturn. Unzi Circassian circa 1900. He looked like a total rock star. Luxury on the tracks. This is what trains looked like in the early 20th century. This puppet at the now demolished Valley View Center Mall. Southwest Airlines will require plus-sized passengers to buy an extra seat starting January 2026. They would never make this movie now. Then versus now. Supermarkets. Debbie Harry. The Cadillac of crayons. Let's imagine you are the president of the great country of the United States of America. You have one last presidential dinner to choose from. What would you have? Maybe lobster? Or marbled beef? Or perhaps a cheese like cabriolet? You may be surprised, but Richard Nixon, for example, chose pineapple, cottage cheese, and a glass of milk for his last meal. That evening, on August 8, 1974, he announced his intention to resign on national television. In 1991, 8 people sealed themselves inside Biosphere 2, a $150 million closed ecosystem in Arizona, hoping to live self-sufficiently for 2 years in a prototype for future space habitats. A good-looking couple, Elvis and Anne Margaret, filming Viva Las Vegas in 1964. U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, seated at his second inauguration in 1865, with former Vice President Hannibal Hamlin and incoming Vice President Andrew Johnson. June 1966, women use compact mirrors in packed crowd to catch sight of the Queen in London, England. 40 feet of snow, North Dakota, 1966. Maria Callas and Marilyn Monroe at JFK's birthday celebration. Does anyone remember these? Explain these footprints in the snow? Diane Lane, 80s.
Joseph Ducreux, a French painter famous for his unorthodox self-portraits.
Daniel Waldo, a clergyman from Connecticut who served in the Revolutionary War. He's purportedly the only man to have voted for both George Washington and Abraham Lincoln for president. Apparently, a local car shop owner intentionally stranded a 2001 Volvo S80 on a tiny island as a publicity stunt in 2012. It's still there and shows up on Google Maps as Volvo Island in Ottawa, Illinois. Linda Ronstadt singing the national anthem before Game 3 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium on October 14, 1977. American actress Charlotte McKinney.